everybody? It's your girl Erica Michelle here with Nita B and that Will. How's everybody
Good
doing?
evening. I am well. Good evening, everyone. So good to be on the air tonight. How was
It
your
really does
weekend,
feel
Elsa?
good. It
Yeah.
really does feel good to be on the air tonight. Um, my week has been they're not even funny. It's been a lot of deaths going on in my week,
Oh,
so I just wanna yeah,
I
I
hate to
can't
hear that.
even.
My
Yeah,
condolences to
yeah,
your
my
family.
godson was killed. Well, it was actually my husband's godson, but close to my heart too. We was together 23 years. He was 26, so he was my godson too. And then I had a really close friend of mine who here in Houston, whose granddaughter uh, was found in the pool, and she was in critical condition for like 3 days. And on Thursday, they pronounced her uh, dead, as what brain dead, and my friend made the decision to, go ahead and
Um,
let her go. She was 2 years
okay.
old. So it
Wow.
has been a trying week. My godson's death, it really,
Really
really
sorry
took
to
a
hear
toll
that.
on me. Yeah, because just the fact that, when someone dies and then someone close to that person dies, is just I don't even know how to explain this feeling, because all I can feel is, like he would be so heartbroken if he knew that his godson was gone. And it
Right.
wasn't only him, but it was him and his fiance. So it was a double murder. So which
Um,
makes it more tragic, because now it's three little
family.
girls with
Um,
no mother or father. And they were 7, 5, and 2. So we're going to keep the Slater family in our prayers, because I talk to the dad every
indeed.
day, missed his best friend, and he just, I text him every day, just, breathe. I just need you to breathe.
Right.
And, because I don't know what to say. It's just, you lose your child, and
Yeah.
it's heartbroken. So that's been my week. And then, I'm here in Houston, um, where they found that girl, Malia. And that's been a big deal. I haven't even been able to read that whole story, and
Oh,
I
me
don't know.
either. I didn't even know that was taking place in Houston. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, that's in Houston,
Um,
like really close, like right around the corner from where I work. So it's like real busy over there.
wow.
It's a heartbreaking story, and it kind
Wow.
of brings me, it brings kind of to the topic that I wanted to touch on tonight, with men, because with my godson, and then with um even Malia's alleged killer or whatever. But I had made a post earlier this week in regards to men and mental health and suppression and just all that whole package, with women, and with women. And I say this all the time, and I get a lot of flack, because a lot of women feel like, even my daughter's like, "Mom, you always taking the man's side." I get a lot of flack about that. It's not that I'm not for women and that I don't have empathy for women, but I do have a lot of empathy for men. For one, because it kind of hit close to home, even in regards to my own marriage. But men have women have an advantage just by being a woman. I don't care if you're black or you're white. If you're a woman and you deny we have an advantage over men, then you are clearly blinded somewhere. Because, women can lose their job, and they can, we can, go through things we can be behind on bills, and we can do this, and we can lose a loved one, and we can have all this, and then there's so many people that will come and comfort us, and we don't have no shame or no guilt about it, and we have all these avenues to vent, and we've always been made we were made to just be cuddly and open and tell our feelings and all of that. And men, on the other hand, they don't, not that they don't have the option, it's just so much harder for them. Do you agree?
I definitely, I definitely agree when it comes to emotional and mental health. And men, they are less healthy than women are because they're less expressive than we are. And it has a lot to do with the views of society. I absolutely can agree with that. And it's very unfortunate.
It's sad. It saddens me. It saddens me because not that women don't do it, but the majority, I would say probably 75% of the men, instead of getting help when they lose their job, or getting help when they lose their loved one, or getting help when they get molested, or getting help when their heart is broken, or getting help when anything happens to them, they suppress it. That's suppression, and I'm no doctor. I'm really just going by what I've seen and experienced. They suppress it, and it becomes a mental problem. And not only does it become a mental problem, it becomes very toxic and unintentionally toxic, and it can be harmful for them. It comes out in their relationship. It comes out in the way they deal with their kids. It comes out in the women that they meet. It comes out in all sorts of ways, anger, depression, and it more than likely it does not get dealt with. We have to, as a community, as women, you go up and down, and I'm really, if it wasn't for a couple of reasons, I'm really so overwhelmed and sick of social media, to the point where I have almost literally given up on it. And I'm always an advocate that I love social media because it keeps me connected to so many important things. But I'm just so sick of seeing, first of all of these divas and all of these women who just, it's a whole, and excuse me, producers, it's a whole shit show. It really is. And to see that our men, they're, without the man, we cannot bear fruit. We can't have babies. And we are literally putting them to the wayside. And it's hurtful. It's hurtful because they are literally, they're dying, they're killing, they're going to jail, and they don't have an outlet. They are shamed. They can't, you meet an average man between 25 and 40, and he in a relationship and loses a job or anything like that, he's shamed to even say he's not working. What type of world are we living in when a man is scared to say, I don't have a job, I might not eat tonight, I'm behind on child support, and I don't know what I'm going to do? But then they get up and they turn all of those feelings into toxic waste, like garbage. And then they begin to treat us like garbage. And we don't know what to do with it because we've been treated like garbage from probably our father or our uncle or somebody close to us. So what they doing to us just look familiar. So we don't think anything wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
And we get upset. We get upset when they start turning on us. Oh, we're upset that the man is gay, or we upset that he with a white woman, or we upset that he went to jail, or and they don't have like a fair platform. You hear about platforms all through social media. Oh, this diva got a platform. Oh, this author got a platform. Oh, this, that. Oh, this, that. All of these new fancy words that they use are all through social. I'm so sick of it because it's all, even with the women, it's all a show. It's nobody is real. I look up and down the thread, God this and God that, and all of these quotes and all of this stuff they hide behind, and all of these people literally get dressed, and go in the bathroom and put on makeup just to do a regular, oh, I'm going outside live. I have been, and everybody don't have to be like me. I get that. Like I am plain Jane. And I will get on. So I have gotten on social media with 3 nails on one hand and 5 nails on the other, 1 earring on, 1 earring off, and to deliver a good message. I really have something good to say, and I have had somebody inbox me while I'm on live and say, "Girl, you on live with your nails like that?" Who gives a care? Who gives a care?
I go to work like that. Love ain't tell me. Like, why would I?
Wow, that's deep. And I apologize for being emotional tonight, but I thought I had walked it off. I thought I had walked it off. But I'm just saddened by I'm just saddened. And then I wake up and I intentionally don't have cable. I intentionally do not watch the news. My thing is, I want to look at something. I want to have control of what I look at. So that's why when social media is flooding with all, and I don't know what type of algorithm is going on with Facebook, like everybody just articles, missing people, and I really. I got one person and I love her to death, but I'm gonna have to unfollow her because it's just article after article after article of missing people, and when that stuff get in your spirit, it's hard to get out. So I wake up and I say, okay, it's Saturday morning. I got a little extra time this morning. I'm gonna watch the news. I had no clue of what was going on in Virginia. So we had another mass shooting by a man, 40-year-old man, that killed 12 people in Virginia at a city building. What is happening? I vaguely remember scrolling and seeing something about, or somebody marking themselves safe for Virginia, but I was so clueless. I thought it was a weather marking, something like that. I had no idea it was another mass shooting, and I really didn't want to know. And when I woke, and I just decided, because again, I like to have control over when it's time for me to watch the news, because my spirit is so sensitive that I just can't take it. I can't take it all no more. I just can't take all that. And I watch the news, and here goes this. And so, I think in some, and that I had told Dot, because in our little group that we have, I had asked the group if they were dating somebody 30 days in. They told them they was bipolar. What would they do? And Dot was like, that sounds like a radio topic. And I still don't have an answer of what I would do. Not that I'm judging them in any way, because I know that with medication, everything is, everything is everything. But I think just it has to be like a trust level that, you're insured to be on your medication, that you're committed to being medicated, because when you have mental illness and you're not medicated, especially with bipolar, I know personally that bipolarism makes you just ramp all the way up to 150,000. Like if you're not on your medication, whatever your personality is, it just goes times 100, and you're just, and that can become a dangerous situation. So, in regards to today, I'm kind of segueing into a different area because we were talking about dating a lot in the group today and yesterday, and so so I don't know. What do you think? Like if you were, I know I don't think you're single now, but if you were dating,
I am.
Okay.
I'm not married.
I'm
not married.
Okay. So if you were dating somebody, and it's a new date, this is not somebody that you.
I was about to say after 1 month. After 1 month, and they say that they're on their meds. If it's been 30 days, and in 30 days on their meds, I feel comfortable with them. I'm not sure. I might consider it. I just honestly do not know what to say about that.
I think I would consider it in a watchful manner.
I was gonna say I would take it into consideration, simply because you told me, that means that you're fully aware and make a conscious effort to better yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can deal with
right.
I can date somebody like that. You know what I mean? I can't really see. I would be concerned about how people will react being on the meds, and being that you're telling me for the last 3 days you've been on the meds and it hasn't been a problem for me when I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Now knowing shouldn't. You know what I mean? If the behavior and everything was acceptable prior to knowing, then I feel like I would have to be okay with it.
Yeah. That's how I feel too. Yeah,
I would still date them, because I date people who have or have had bipolar and wasn't on meds and wasn't even diagnosed. So I'm pretty sure they.
Right, and
why would I date somebody who's gonna be honest with me about it, and someone who's fully aware? I would much rather date the person that's aware of their condition.
Mm-hmm.
Than to date the person who
really the answer
knows something is wrong. Yeah,
that was the answer I was looking for when I asked in the group. Yeah, when I asked in the group, that was the exact answer I was looking for. Because I'm pretty sure, honey boo boo child, that we have come across people in our everyday lives, as we were just discussing with mental illness, that we don't even know have, and we deal with them on a daily basis.
And they're not even on their meds, so just imagine.
Yeah, they're not on nothing, right?
Okay, so, they haven't even been diagnosed. They don't even want to go to the doctor.
Yeah. So much denial. And Dot had sent me something today through Instagram. It was a radio interview with a guy, a rapper, and I can't even remember his name. But he was doing a radio interview, and he was talking about this very subject. But while he was talking, he was saying, and I got this guy, that I can call him anytime I call him, and the interviewer was like, well, it sounds like to me that's your person. That's, if you vent, if you need to cry. And he was like, oh no, I don't cry. And, he was like, it's okay for you to cry. It will be, and like, I was just blown away. Like, you mean to tell me you scared to cry? They scared of me and I'm scared to cry. And I just, I was like, oh my God, that this is just what I was talking about. Like, this is an epidemic. And he was like subconsciously, he wasn't even aware that this person that he called his mentor, like what he was doing, like the type of relationship they had was like a therapist client. Everything he was describing was in that way, but he so much want to be hard and tough. He's not even getting what he's saying. You understand what I'm saying? I'm confusing. Like, he don't even get that he was using this guy as a venting mechanism. He's just still in a hard mode, but still telling us, like, yeah, I call him, I talk about this, guy, you're venting. That's what you're doing. You're venting. You're letting something out. You're having a release. You're releasing. You can, and the interviewer said the same thing. You can't hold that stuff in, and one day you just gonna snap. You can't. You cannot hold that stuff in. So yeah, that was interesting. Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. So, what do you think that we should, or what do you think we could do in efforts to allow men to be comfortable being vulnerable, just venting and expressing and being in their feelings? Like we have to feel these things in order for us to overcome them and get through them. We have to live it. So how can we?
The only thing for me, the only thing I've come up with, because I am an emotional person and I am in my feelings a lot of the time, the only thing I can come up with is just to let them know you here. Like, I have it's just like my husband's best friend who lost my godson. I just keep telling him I just tell him I love him. I'm here. I love, because there's nothing else I can say. But if I keep this every day, and he tells me he loves me back, and so that at least, like last night, he was like, I'm just trying to breathe. And I'm like, you don't get to try. You just got to do it. You don't get to try. Because if you try, that means there is a chance that you will fail. We're not trying anything. You are breathing. So that's the only thing. And like when I made that post, and my daughter came up and like, Ma, you just opened up your inbox to every man on Facebook. And I'm like, no, I'm just saying, like, if you want to just scream, I'm a safe place. And my daughter, and she made a good point. She's like, well, you don't know what that could bring. You don't know if that's going to overwhelm you and empty your cup. But I know how to get my cup refilled. I know what to do to get my cup refilled. Not saying that I'm just, so grandiose, but I'm in a place where I can just about, I know when I'm empty. Yeah. I know when I'm empty.
And I know what fills me up. Right.
And I know what fills me up. Exactly. So it's just, I think the only thing we could do, I know one of my, my friend brothers, I call them, he has shared something that Taraji P. Henson is doing for me, and I don't know if that's going to be a public thing where people, us regular folk can help her with, but she is she's launching a Black Mental Health Foundation, and it looks like it's going to be just for the Black community in general, not just for men or not just for women. So I definitely going to check that out. I think that we as a community need to reach into where we are, wherever you live, and find, maybe some, mental health places where you can be a volunteer at, or if you, whatever, take somebody some cookies. I don't know. I don't know. We just need to love on each other a little bit more. And we need to love on each other a little bit more. That really is, kind of the bottom line. Like, people want to know their love, and I don't care how hard they are, how tough they are, how much of a man they are. The people want to know that they are loved, and we have to be able to love each other without sex, without secret innuendos, without expecting anything in return. We just have to be able to be there for each other, women for each other too. Because y'all women, I'm telling y'all getting on my nerves. They getting on my nerves. Nita, they getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the women are getting on my nerves. And
in my opinion, it's just like a ball. In my opinion, it's just like a ball of confusion along the way, somewhere in between generations. Each gender has pretty much lost our way, in my opinion. Like, I just went on a walk through my neighborhood, and I live in what is now considered in 2019 to be historically black. You know what I mean? So it's a historically black neighborhood. Black, I guess you can't really call it wealth, but predominantly black people who are generations in this community. So when you walk past their homes, you see generations together, living together in the same house, at the house, generations together. That's not very common. That's become an uncommon thing to where the black family is together physically under one roof in the same household. You have the grandmother, you have the grandchildren, you have the daughter, the son, the in-laws, so forth and so on. Even if this is not where we live, every day we get up and we go to grandma's house. Every day we get up, we go to auntie's house. You know what I mean? Somebody's keeping an eye out on the children, so that mom and dad do have time to go doing things that they need to get done so that they don't feel so overwhelmed all the time. And I don't know, I just feel like we need to be more open with ourselves as well as with each other. Everyone's so closed off and want to keep everything to ourselves because we fear that we'll be taken advantage of because we are being vulnerable. But with our family, we should have that at home in our family.
Yeah.
We should be able to talk to our mom, our dad, our aunt, our cousin, our sister, our brother.
But
our next door neighbor. That's known us our whole lives,
our whole entire life.
Yeah, like that's the sad part to me. That's the heartbreaking part to me.
Yeah, I wanna elaborate on that some more. Let's take a break. It's 8:28. We'll take a quick 1-minute break, 60-second break, and we'll come back and finish this conversation.
Sure thing.
And we are back. We're back with Nita B tonight and Erica Michelle, and we're talking about kind of all things mental health, women, black women, men, black men, family. Now sounds like we're about to get on to family. Before the break, Nita was saying that we need to be more within our homes and be there for each other within our family. And I so much agree with that. Unfortunately, it is just not the case in a lot of homes. I remember being little, under the age of 10. As far as I can remember, under the age of 10, I lived on the same street as my grandmother, and we lived across the street from her. And so I would go over, and I call my grandma Mama. And so I would go over to Mama's house across the street, and I would eat there. I just run back and forth from across the street. My aunt was there. My cousin would be over there. And then our neighborhood, our block, we were just family. So it was just like, who outside? I'm going outside. We going outside. And, we can go over each other's house, sit on the porch. Somebody, grandma going to bring out something, ice cream, popsicles, the swim-mobile going to come down the street. It was family. I don't know at what point that whole comfort thing stopped, because let me tell you, right now there is none. It's non-existent in my life. I'm here in Houston, and then my mother is here, and my brother is here, and I have them. But mind you, my mother has 5 sisters that probably haven't seen my kids. Probably, my son 10, so maybe 8 years. It's been a long time. My kids, it's normal. It's normal. Like and I was saying that today, and I almost posted it while I was walking. Like, can somebody just invite me to a barbecue? You know what I'm saying? Like, where? I was, if I got a call like, hey, we barbecuing over here, you want to come over? I would go. This is one of them days where I would have just got in my car and been on my way. But it's nobody to do that with. Even if I was the one to choose the barbecue and I call, it's probably a couple of people I could call, but you know who those people are? They are not family. They aren't family. Family can't even get together and figure out Thanksgiving dinner no more. That's a whole fiasco. And I'm saying this because I know from experience that we cannot even get together for Thanksgiving dinner.
We got all year. No, Thanksgiving.
All year. And we can't do it. We can, and I know, again, this is nothing that I'm putting on nobody else's family. This is something that I have experienced. So it's just, it's no, I don't know where Big Mama at. I don't know where Nana at. I don't know what Nana doing no more. I don't know if Nana, I don't know where Papa at. I don't know where all these people at. We have to figure out a way to recreate that environment. And I don't have grandkids. I don't even have, nieces and nephews. And I just, so once the grandkids start coming and stuff like that, then, maybe I'll end up being Madea or somebody. I probably won't be my Big Mama. I'm going to end up being Madea.
Oh, goodness.
I'll be a crazy grandma.
Oh, Lord. She's like, oh, Lord, don't be Madea.
What is she doing? What is that on Facebook doing with them grandkids, girl? I'm definitely gonna be Madea. It's all of that, Nita. And that's part of, again, stuff. We're just disconnected from each other.
Because I feel like just to connect the whole family dynamic to the mental health, family members are aware that their loved one is not healthy and conducive towards society, and they're out dating and making children. You understand what I'm saying? And as opposed to, because I feel like we are probably more receptive and acceptive coming from a family member opposed to someone that we've been knowing for a year or so.
Right.
Bringing to our attention that maybe we should, take this into consideration or take a look at that, or this has been coming, habitual, or whatever the case may be. Our family knows, our aunt knows, our mother knows, our cousin knows, our brother knows. Like our family, they'll tell you, oh yeah, so and so they ain't right. Oh yeah, this person, that person, they this and they that. So we are fully aware, and we just keep letting our family go on being unhealthy and intervene in other people's lives. We should also hold ourselves accountable when they go off the deep end, in my opinion.
Yeah. We should share. We're
the closest to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Should nobody have to come? Like I have my best friend. She's not on Facebook. My best friend of 30 years. She's not on Facebook. And so I have to intentionally, because Facebook is so much the connector between people, no more the phone. The phone number isn't. So I intentionally know that I have to reach out to her, because she's in Dallas, which is only 4 hours away from me. But as far as, like talking to her and stuff like that, I know she's just not going to see what I post on Facebook and know I'm okay. Or I'm not going to see what she posts on Facebook and know she okay. We have to make an effort outside of Facebook to communicate with each other, and people not doing that anymore. She's finding out because her husband is on Facebook. She's finding out through her husband that some of her cousins then got killed or something, and it's like, why didn't they just pick up the phone and call you?
My family is like that too. They
and
rely
I don't like
everything on Facebook. I'm like, why so? Well, they put it on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook like that. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I have Facebook and I post here and there. I'm not, I don't even know what half the functions that go on social media are. That's why when you see my page, I do the bare minimum and the basic things, because I really don't know too much about how these things even operate. So for you to say that if it's not in my timeline, I did not see it. I'm sorry, or my news feed. If it's not in my news feed, I'm sorry, I did not see it. If it's not a notification, I most likely did not see it. We cannot rely on social media announcements for people to receive information, especially if you're not sending it to them directly. You're not tagging, you're not posting on their page, you're not sending a message.
And I tell people that all the time.
You're just posting and everybody's supposed to see your post. You think every single one of your friends or your friends will see your post?
I tell people that all the time because I have almost 5,000 friends. I literally have like 4,975 friends, and so
right.
And with the algorithm, Facebook is just going to show you the people who you communicate with the most. So if I don't communicate with you a lot, I'm not going to see your post. And if you're not one of my favorites or however that goes, where you click who you see first, I'm not going to see you. So if I have 20 people that I've clicked to see first, you're not going to come up in my feed first. I'm going to have to scroll, and I don't do that. So sometimes, like, I was looking for a friend, and I'm like, well, I don't never see her no more. And I was like, I'm probably not coming up in her news feed. She's probably not coming up in mine. So I know that I had to go intentionally find her name. Then she changed the name. It's just a lot to go on. People, you cannot assume that I saw something that you posted that was important, like life or death. My phone number been the same. My phone number ain't changed. Call me, text me, because I'm going to see that. I'm going to see that.
For sure.
So we are relying on, and I know and again, I love, social media is great. It's a great way to communicate, but it cannot be the only way. It can't be. Because we're losing touch with family, people that we used to talk to, or text or call, pick up the phone and call. We don't do that anymore,
Indeed.
And somebody had a baby shower, and I was like, well, good. And I had to ask her, like, usually, we'd be quiet. Oh, she didn't invite me to the baby. I asked her. I said, boo, I know that was an error that I didn't get invited to your baby shower. And she said, oh, I sent you a Facebook invite. I said, I'm old. And I just started blaming it on my age because I don't know what else to say to the people. I just said, I'm old. You got to text me and let me know that you sent me an invite on Facebook for the baby shower. I didn't see no invite because people inviting you to stuff 24 hours, 7 days a week. You know how many invites I got?
I just a girlfriend of mine is getting married tomorrow. And another one of my friends was trying to contact me through Messenger, and I you know what I mean? Like, girl, why would you just call me or text me? There's nothing wrong with calling me or texting me. I don't have, to the point where people can't feel the need to reach you on your phone. I don't have no problem with that. I prefer people contact me via phone. The social media.
Phone is still, and I told
especially
a cousin of mine
about invitations, like
I told a cousin of mine yesterday. Like, she's like, have you heard in our little group chat? Have you heard from my other cousin? And I said, call her. I said, phone is still king. Please call her.
Mm-hmm.
Call her. The phone is still king. So I don't. People are. We're getting away from communicating, period. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting away from communicating.
Yeah, we don't even know how to communicate no more.
We don't. And oh my God. That's a whole word right there.
Yes. We don't know how to greet each other. We don't know how to compliment each other. We don't know how to invite each other. We don't know how to just anything. Like, we don't know how to talk to one another anymore. It just doesn't happen. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Yesterday I had a conversation with a man about communication, and I just kept saying, because we were talking about dating, and he was adamant that he feel like when you're dating, if he dating you, he don't want you dating anybody else. I said it's okay to feel that way. I said, but you cannot shame people, because by definition, dating, you could possibly be dating Bob, you could be dating Harry. That don't mean you're having intimate relationship. That just means you're dating people. I said so. You can't shame somebody because they're dating multiple people. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just their style of dating. I said, if your style of dating is, because his thing was, how you going to get to know me, and you getting to know Bob, and you getting to know Jim, and you getting to know Harry. I said, listen. Yes, exactly. Right. I said, listen, that could very well be your style of dating. But if that's your style of dating, and that's what you want, that's how you want the person to reciprocate, you have to communicate with that person. You can't be 5 days in and she mentioned Joe and you get a whole attitude about Joe because she's dating other people. When you meet somebody, they're not just gonna stop, drop, and roll everything they doing because y'all went out for y'all first date. But if that's something you want to do, hey, when I date, I like to date exclusively, and I like the person I'm dating to date exclusively with me. That's something you need to use your words and say to that person. Because if not, you're going to be dating somebody likely who is dating other people. And that's just the reality of it. But you have to communicate. No. I said, how can you get mad at somebody for something that they don't even know you mad at because you ain't even told them? That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense. You have to communicate with people. People have to know how you feel, what you like. You can, and people talk, that is my disclaimer. When I meet everybody know my story and I'm dating now. When I meet people, that is my disclaimer. I'm going to ask you some questions. If you don't like being asked questions, you might want to this can be our first and our last conversation. Because I'm going to ask me some questions, okay? I'm going to ask me some questions because that's how you communicate. People,
I
you
was
have
saying
a
in those
dialogue.
settings, it's fine to, ask questions in that type of, setting when you're getting to know someone. That's how I get to know you.
That's how you get to know people. You have to ask questions. You have to have a dialogue. You cannot give me one word answers. I don't want to be pulling teeth trying to get information out of you. How you doing? How you do day to day? Okay. No. Well, that ain't gonna work. That's not for me. Because I'm gonna come back with another question. And somebody told me you just need to figure out how to redo your questions. You have to ask multiple questions of one question because you giving questions is just requiring a one word answer. I said, well, maybe that's it. I'll reevaluate how I ask, but I'm gonna ask. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask because we have to communicate. You have to communicate with people in order to get to know them, and that's for even friendships. Women fall out with each other because they feel like they ain't vibing with the next person, and it ain't that you're not vibing. You just have to get to know that person. Hey, you may be more open, and I may be more private, and we clash.
Differences, yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. We're not gonna always agree. Let's just agree to disagree sometimes, and let that be okay. That's what makes people individuals. Like we cannot agree and still have lunch tomorrow. But nowadays, you don't agree with somebody, they ain't talking to you. They cutting you off. There's no more conversation. Why? Because I didn't think like you thought.
Exactly.
No, that's not fair.
And people think that you don't understand what they're saying just because you disagree with what they're saying. I understand what you're saying. That's why I know I don't agree. That's why I know I don't agree. Because I know
exactly.
Comprehension has nothing to do with agreeing.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is a word. That is how Oprah say it. That's a tweetable right there. Understanding has nothing to do with a. Yeah, that's a tweetable. So yeah, understanding don't have anything to do with agreeing. Just because I don't agree don't mean I don't understand. I understand.
They want to find 50 million ways to say the same thing, and they're going to say it over and over again for 10 hours because they're convinced that you don't understand. I understand, yes, right, I get it. That's what you're saying. And what I'm saying is, no, thank you. That's not for me.
I just don't agree with you. I just don't agree with you.
We don't have to go to war. We do not have to go to war because I disagree with your philosophies, with your ideas. Like, I don't have to agree with you. And we're not enemies because we disagree. I still love you.
No.
I still love you.
I still love you the most. I do not agree with you on this subject. I just do not agree with you. And I have a girlfriend, and I love her to death, Alicia, and she might be listening. We will disagree, and she will come back. She'll be in the middle of typing, and I'll be like, just stop. I can see those three little dots. Just stop. I just don't agree with you. And that's just it. I don't agree with you. We're not going to agree about this. I have my views on this. You have your views. I'm not gonna.
And it's okay.
I'm not gonna agree with you. Yeah.
Separate views on any issue, on any matter. You know what I mean? Like, as long as we can respect one another's differences, we can always get along. We can always have a healthy, productive relationship. Respect is key. And
respect is key.
Enemies, yes. We are not enemies.
Respect is key. And I tell anybody, just as long as I don't care if you love me or hate me, just respect. Let's just respect each other. And that's what matters. And that goes back to your question, what can we do as far as to help, our men, know that they are loved? We have to first start respecting them. We have to respect them because they, and I believe at some point,
with some, they don't even know they're being disrespected because we just so
Right.
conditioned, and that's with us too. You know, we are just so conditioned to be treated a certain way. It has some disrespectful things are just normal, are just normal. And you know, and it goes back to even just words, the whole diva. Don't, and I tell people all this, don't, I'm not a diva. Don't call me no diva. I don't want to be in the diva group. I don't need no t-shirt that say diva. I'm not a diva. I don't want my name, Erica Michelle the diva. And because if you go look up the word, that the root word of diva is deep. Diva is a whole mess, and so no, yeah. People got to start looking up these words that we call in ourselves. And diva is one of those words that
I'm gonna have to go look that word up. Because even when people say diva, I really don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I've never thought I was a diva, but my own understanding is somebody who...
Yeah, even without going as deep as, you know, pulling out your etymology book to look it up, just the definition alone is a self-important person who is temperamental and difficult to please. I don't want to be called that.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to be called. That's what it is. And it says typically a woman. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be called that. And it goes deeper. It goes deeper. I have an etymology book where you can look up root words, the root and where things come from. And it definitely goes deeper than that. But I don't want to be called a self-important person who's temperamental and difficult to please. That's not me. And that's not a lot of these people that are calling themselves that. You know, we got to be very mindful of what we allow the norm and what's in and all of that to affect us. That's why, you know, when I've talked to leaders and industries, you know, about the radio show, and they're like, oh, you got to get such and such, and you got to get such and such, and you got to get this author and this singer and this speaker and this, and because everybody a speaker, and I got to get this. No, I said, I'm going to get those people when I'm ready, but that's not who I'm targeting. I want us to be able to do what we're doing now and just talk to people who could possibly be intimidated by those highfalutin conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to talk to people who, you know, that may be on the ledge tomorrow, and I say something silly, and that you know what I'm saying, and they hear that, and they can relate. Yeah. I want to be relatable, and not that because you have a stature or because you have a platform that you can't be relatable. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I want to talk to people who people normally don't talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to. Yeah, I just want to be regular. I don't know how to say it, but I could be just right now. I'm in a real emotional space. So So I just want everybody to just not think you better than nobody. Like just reach out to people. You never gonna know who's gonna be here today and
always
tomorrow, not tomorrow.
Their shoes, and they can always be in yours, where you presently are.
Exactly. And
where you are on your high horse, someone else could be there. You can be down where you're looking at them, where you think they are. So
you know. And I love that we're able to come here once a week and just, you know, talk about our week, whether it's good or bad, and be honest and open about it, and be able to hopefully touch somebody and help somebody
and just be there for each other, you know. So we have had a good show. I did a watch party on my page with the show. Share the show. If you see the show, who's ever listening, thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. You can go to Living Without Excuses Radio page on Facebook and like our page. Our page is doing really good. We're going to be adding more content to it. Dot is working a crazy schedule now, so he's still with us. I know y'all haven't heard him in a few weeks. He's still with us, but his day job getting in the way. I always say that about myself. My day job getting in the way of my businesses, but he's working really, really hard, and so he's still with us, and so we miss you, Dot. And we all have to find him by his other name on Facebook because Facebook made him change his name. So I can't even pronounce his new name. I'm gonna let him do that when he comes back. But I will tag him in our watch party. Anything else you wanted to say, Nita?
I think you have covered the bases, and everyone have a good night. Have a safe and blessed week. Can't wait to do it again next weekend.
Can't wait. I may or may not be with you guys next weekend, but Dot and Nita will be with you guys.
Thank you.
All right, everybody have a good night, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good night.